Hello students, today we will see block diagram reduction technique rules. So look at this rule number 1. Rule number 1 is combining blocks which are in cascade or in parallel. That is when two blocks are connected in series. So resultant of these two blocks is multiplication of the block. Okay, so let's see here. Suppose this is input R. Okay, and I'm assuming or I'm labeling the intermediate node as x1 and this is the output C. Okay, so after using any rule the output should be same. Okay, so again I'm labeling here, this is R and this is C. So what will be output here? What will be x1 here? So x1 is equal to this gain into input. So gain into input, that is GR. And what about output C? Output C is equal to again gain into input. So this gain should be G1. So output C is equal to G1, G2 and R into R. Okay. So look at this. What we did here, when two blocks are connected in series. So resultant of these two blocks is nothing but a multiplication of the blocks. Okay, so C is equal to, again we will see the gain into input. So what is gain here? G1, G2 into R. Okay, so these two inputs are matching. Okay, so when two blocks are connected in series or cascade, the resultant will be the multiplication of gain. Okay, now look at the second circuit. Here again two blocks are shown, but these two blocks are connected in parallel. Why I'm saying the parallel? Look at this second signal. This second signal is coming from input and it is going towards output. Okay, so as we know that when the signal is coming from input to output, that is called as a parallel path. This will be one of the forward path. See here, this is the signal. This signal is coming from input to output. So this is also the forward path. So these two paths are going towards output. So these two paths are in same direction. So what you will say? See here, summing point is there. So at this summing point, look at this second signal. Second signal is positive. Okay. So what will be resultant here? Resultant, that is output C, is equal to addition of these two blocks. Okay. So now we will see what will be output at this point. So this will be gain into input. So what is gain? Gain is G1 into R. Okay. What about this second point? Here output is equal to G2 into R. So at summing point two signals are incoming. So that will be additive. So resultant it will be G1R plus G2R. Okay. Or I will write like this. I will take common G1 G2 into R. Okay. So C is equal to G1 G2 into R. Now look at this, when two parallel blocks or when two blocks are connected in parallel, in that case there will be addition or subtraction. Why I am saying subtraction? It depends on the signal, whether that signal is positive or negative. Here it is shown as positive, so I will put positive sign. If it is negative, so this will be negative. So again we will label this is R and this is C. So what will be resultant here? C is equal to gain into input. So what is gain? Gain is G1, G2 into R. Okay. So look at these two outputs, C and here. So these two are matching. Okay. So we will summarize these two rules again. When two blocks are connected in series or cascade, then the resultant will be the multiplication of two blocks. Okay. When two blocks are connected in parallel, so depending on signal, these two blocks will get added or subtracted. Okay, so here these two blocks will be additive blocks. So we are getting output as G1 G2 into R. Okay, now next rule number 2. Okay, moving a summing point behind the block. Okay, moving a summing point behind the block. Now next 4 rules we have to see. So first, that is rule number 2 and rule number 3 are for shifting of summing point before the block or after the block. Say when I'm saying block, so this is called as a block. Okay, so this is block. So what we will do here, in rule number 2, we will see shifting of summing point after the block. Okay, so what is our requirement? Our requirement is to shift this summing point after the block. So please remember, when we are shifting summing point after the block, so if two or more than two signals are connected to summing points, so it will also be get shifted. Okay, so for that we will see after shifting what is given here. Here it is given that after shifting of summing point, we have to add one more block G. Okay, why I'm saying one more, look at this. Here we are shifting summing point after the block G. So we have to add a block G here. Suppose here this block gain is G1. So we will put here G1. Okay. So let's see, after shifting we got this G, extra G block. So we will check whether it is matching or not. So look at this, this is R, okay, this is C, and I am labeling this signal as suppose X1. Okay, so at this point, after summing point, what will be output? Here signal is negative. So I am writing R minus X1. Okay, so what about output here? C is equal to gain into input. So this will be R minus x1 into g. Okay, R minus x1 into g. So this is output. Now we will check after shifting of summing point, output should be same. Okay, so I am again labeling input node, output node, and this is the signal that we have already used. Okay, now look at this, what will be output here? Output is equal to, here this signal is actually at this point gain into input, so I will write here GR. Okay, what about this? Here this signal, it will be G into x1, so I will write G into x1. Okay, now I will see C is equal to addition of these two signal. Okay, so G is common, so I am also taking common, so R minus x1. Okay, so just check these two output. So these two output are matching. So what we are doing, when we want to shift summing point after the block, so please remember we have to add the block G. We have to add block G. Okay. So next we will see the next rule. Okay. So rule number 3 is moving summing point ahead a block. Moving summing point ahead a block. So this is summing point we have to shift before the block, or I will say ahead a block. Okay, so previous rule is shifting of summing point after the block. So here the rule is shifting of summing point before the block. Okay, so what is resultant of shifting of summing point ahead a block? Look at this. Here 1 by G signal is added. 1 by G signal is added. So we have to check why we have added 1 by G. So look at this. Again, I will label here R. Okay, I will label this as output, and this signal is X1. Okay, so what will be output here? Output will be RG. Okay, and what will be output C here? Here output C is equal to addition of two signals. So first signal is RG and second signal is a negative. So this will be minus X1. Okay, now we will check here, input as R, output as C, and this signal is X1. Okay, now at this point or at the output of summing point, the output will be R minus X1 upon G. Is it? R minus X1 upon G. Okay. So what will be output C? C is equal to gain into input. Okay. So gain, this is gain. Okay. So gain into input. So input is here R minus x1 by G. Okay. So I will rewrite output as RG and minus GG will get cancelled. So this will be x1. Okay. So are you getting the concept? When we want to shift any summing point before or after the block, we have to add extra block. Okay. So in previous rule, the block G we have added. In this rule, the block 1 by G we have added. Okay. But when we are adding extra blocks, output should not change. Output is matching. Now rule number 4. Okay, so rule number 4 is moving takeoff point after the block. So first, previous two rules are for shifting of summing point. Now next two rules will be shifting of takeoff point. Look at this. This point is called as takeoff point. And look at the signal. This signal from the takeoff point is always outgoing. Whereas for the summing point, the signals are always incoming signals. Okay. So I will label all the nodes. So first of all, this is input and this is actually output. Okay. So see, this is output C. This is actually takeoff point. I will label this signal as x1. Now I will check. Here output, here input is R. Okay, so what will be output? Output is equal to gain into input. So output it will be RG. What about this signal is actually like this. So though I have labeled this signal as x1, but what is x1? x1 will be R. Okay, x1 will be R. So now we will check what we want to do. We want to shift this takeoff point or move this takeoff point after the block. So what is block gain? Block gain is G. So we want to shift this takeoff point after the block. Okay. So look at this. Again I am labeling. This is R, C and this signal is x1. Okay. So what will be output here? Output is equal to gain into input. So I will write GR. Okay. What about this point? The output at this node will be the same. C is equal to GR. Now what will be x1 here? X1 is equal to, we have to check. X1 is equal to, this will be 1 by G into this output. Okay. So x1 is equal to, look at this. Here gain into input. Now for this signal, this is gain into input. So this will be 1 by G as a gain into input is GR. Okay, so GG will get cancelled and X1 will be only R. Okay, so look at this signal X1 is equal to R. Here also X1 is equal to R. Output C is equal to RG and here also output C is equal to RG. So I hope now you are getting the concept why we are adding the block G or 1 by G. Okay, because when we want to shift any point means either it will be summing point or takeoff point. So it should not change the circuit. It should not change the signal. So output of that signal will be same after shifting. Okay, so rule number 5 then. So what is rule number 5? Rule number 5 is moving takeoff point before the block. So look at this. This is takeoff point. Okay. So what we want to do? We want to shift this takeoff point before the block. So again I will check. I will label the node. This is input, output and this signal I will label as x1. Okay. So what will be output? C is equal to R G. C is equal to R G. Okay. And what will be this x1? Look at this. This is actually the takeoff point. So signal is coming from output. So x1 will be the same here. So what will be x1? X1 is equal to RG. Okay. So that is nothing but C. So now we will check. When we want to shift this takeoff point before the block, so we have to add G. Okay, in series with this signal x1, we have to add the block G. Whereas in previous rule, when we want to shift takeoff point after the block, so we have added 1 by g. Okay, so we have added 1 by g. So what we want to do now, we want to shift this takeoff point before the block. So we have added g, okay, in series with this takeoff signal. So now we will see this is input and this is output. So again output is equal to gain into input. Okay, so this will be gr. Now what about this point? What will be the output? Okay, at this takeoff point, this is nothing but r. Okay, so what will be x1 here? So x1 is equal to gain into input. Gain into input. So x1 will be rg. Okay, I hope you got the concept. Just check whether the signal are same or change. So this output is C is equal to GR. Here also output C is equal to GR. Here the takeoff signal X1 is equal to RG. Here before shifting the takeoff signal is RG. After shifting the takeoff signal is RG. Why we are getting takeoff signal RG? Because we have added the extra block in series with the takeoff point. Okay, so we have completed rule number 5. Now we will see rule number 6. Okay, so rule number 6 is eliminating, look at this, eliminating a feedback loop. We have seen this rule. Okay, what is elimination of feedback loop? Here you can check that this is a forward path and this is a feedback path. So these two signals are incoming, these two are positive and negative. Okay, so when I am using positive sign, so that is called as the positive feedback. When I am using the negative sign, as the negative feedback. Okay, so see the reduction of this complete block is called as eliminating a feedback loop. Okay, so here for the positive feedback it will be g upon 1 minus gh. Okay, for the negative feedback the resultant is g upon 1 plus gh. Okay, so you can directly eliminate the feedback loop by a single block with a gain g upon 1 plus minus gh depending on the feedback signal, where this is R and this is C. Here also this is R and this is C. Okay. Now next we will see. Here H is the feedback gain. If the gain is not given, in that case what we will assume? We will assume that gain as a unity gain. So the path gain is unity here. Again it will depend on the whether signal is positive or negative. Okay, so look at this. Simply we have substituted here h is equal to 1. Simply we have substituted h is equal to 1. So resultant it is g upon 1 minus plus g. Okay, same. So this is called as eliminating feedback loop. So in block diagram reduction, suppose such type of block will be there, so you can directly apply elimination of feedback loop and you can directly replace this block with a single block with the resultant. Okay, now rule number 7. Rule number 7 is swapping with two adjacent summing point. Swapping means you can say interchanging, or this rule is also called as associative law. This rule is also called as associative law. Okay, so what is that associative law? See, when two summing points are adjacent to each other, I am repeating, when two summing points are adjacent to each other, okay, there is no block connected in between this summing point, or there is nothing in between these two summing point. In that case, we can apply this associative law. So according to associative law, we can interchange the position. So we will check after interchanging, the output should not change. So this is input R and this is output C. So what will be output at this node? It will be R minus A because signal gain is given as A. Okay. What will be output here? here output it will be, look at this, here two signals are coming. So first is R minus A and second is minus B. Okay, so resultant C is equal to, I will write R minus A minus B. Okay, now you can check here, the summing points are swap. Okay, so suppose this is input gain and this is output. Okay, so we will see whether it is same. So look at this, at this node what will be output? R minus B, and at this point what is output? Output will be nothing but C. So here two signals are incoming. First signal is R minus B, so I am writing R minus B, and second signal is minus A. Okay, so you can check C is equal to R minus B minus A, and here also you got C is equal to R minus A minus B. Okay, so you can apply associative law only if there is no block connected in between these two summing points. Okay, so this is called as swapping of two summing points. Now next two rules are called as critical rules. Okay, so I will suggest to all students to apply rule number 1 to 7 because these two rules are easy to apply, whereas rule number 8 and 9 are called critical rule. Because see, when we want to shift summing point or takeoff point before and after the block, so what exactly we are doing? We are just adding G or 1 by G. Okay, so in previous from rule number 3 to rule number 5, okay, that is 6 also, we have seen that when we want to shift summing point or takeoff point before and after the block, so accordingly we will add the gain G or 1 by G. But here what exactly we are doing? Why it is called as critical rule? See, rule number 8 is shifting of takeoff point after summing point. Okay, so what we are doing? We are shifting takeoff point after summing point. Okay, in previous rules what we did, we have shifted either summing point or takeoff point after the block, but here we are not shifting according to block. Okay, so when we want to shift takeoff point after summing point or summing point before takeoff point and vice versa. Okay, so you can check here, we have added extra summing point here also, and in rule number 9 also we have added the summing point. Okay, so this is little bit difficult to understand when we are solving numerical based on block diagram reduction. So I will advise you to solve the numerical using rule number 1 to 7. But if rule number 1 to 7 are not in use, in that case we have to apply rule number 8 and 9. So we will see rule number 8 is shifting of takeoff point after summing point. Okay, so this is takeoff point we want to shift after summing point. Okay, so here resultant is given, you can check here summing point is added. Okay, so we have to check. First of all, here input is shown with x1, okay, and here output, that is C, okay, is shown with x1 minus x2. Look at this, here takeoff point is there, and this takeoff point output is nothing but x1, and here summing point is there, that is labeled with x2. X2 is the incoming signal at summing point. Okay, now here we have to check output should match after interchanging. Okay, that is after shifting. So this is x1. Now just check here, I will check the output at this point. So this is x2, so at this point this will be x1 minus x2 because x2 is negative signal, so x1 minus x2. Okay, now look at this, here you can check, here the takeoff signal is labeled with x1 and the value of that takeoff signal is x1 only. Okay, so after shifting the value of x1 should not change. Okay, for that what we did, we have added extra summing point. Okay, so what will be incoming signal here, you can check, this is actually x2, so I will label this signal as x2. What about this? You can check. Here output is represented with x1 minus x2, or just now I have calculated this signal as x1 minus x2. Okay. And the resultant I have shown with x1. So why I have shown the resultant with x1? Because at this output, that is at the output of second summing point, two signals will be added. So x2 is positive signal and this signal is actually negative signal. Okay, so negative signal is there. So what I will do, I will just add these two signals. Okay, so this will be x1 minus x2. So this two will get cancelled and I will get a resultant as x1. Okay, so this is called a critical rule because it is really difficult to locate the second summing point. Okay, now we will see rule number 9, shifting of takeoff point before summing point. In rule number 8, what we did, we have shifted takeoff point after summing point. Now here we want to shift this takeoff point before summing point. Okay, exactly opposite to rule number 8. Again here input is labeled with x1 and two signals are incoming signal for summing point x1 and x2, and here output is shown with x1 minus x2. Okay, and here takeoff signal is given with x1 minus x2. Okay, so all these conditions are given. You can label this signal with ABC or with any labeling. So we will check here input is x1. Okay, and output is shown with x1 minus x2. So it is matching with the previous, but we have to match the takeoff signal. So takeoff signal, why it is written as x1 minus x2? Because here incoming signal is x1 and here negative signal is x2. So at this point resultant will be x1 minus x2. So it is already labeled here x1 minus x2 and the output is same as that of the takeoff signal. Okay, so that is also labeled with x1 minus x2. Now here the takeoff signal, see here I have shifted this takeoff point before summing point. So you can check after shifting of takeoff point. Okay, here extra summing point is added. Here extra summing point is added. So output of that takeoff point, this is actually output of takeoff point. So output of takeoff point should be same as that of the previous. Okay, so just to match that signal we have added extra summing point. Now we will see here previous signal on the summing point is x2. Here also it is shown with x2. This is actually x1, so output will be x1 minus x2. Okay, now look at this, here signal is x2. Okay, so this signal labeling is x2. What about this? Here input is coming, this signal is x1. Okay, and what about this? The resultant of this summing point will be x1 minus x2. Okay, so you can check that what we did after shifting of takeoff point before summing point, we have added extra summing point. Okay, so this signal is previously called as a takeoff point and output of that takeoff point is x1 minus x2. So here also output of that takeoff point is x1 minus x2. Okay, so I hope you got the rules from 1 to 9. Okay, so next we have to summarize all these rules and we have to apply all these rules for the reduction technique, block diagram reduction technique. Okay, so I hope you got the concept. You have to do practice to apply all these rules. Okay, so thank you students.